How you doing? I'm Jonathan. I'm the Everyday Fitness Guru. You just saw our world famous and historic New Orleans streetcar, oldest operating streetcar in the entire world. And I am going to give you a good exercise that you could probably use if you're on the streetcar. You drop something, you have to kneel down to get that something. You have to come back up from that kneeling position. That move that we're going to do today is a reverse lunge. We're going to do a single leg reverse lunge, meaning we're not going to alternate legs. We're going to compound the work that we do to one leg as opposed to giving it a rest while the other leg does the work and then coming back. We want to make these exercises harder. Alternating lunges don't do that. Alternating lunges give the muscles of the one leg a chance to rest while the other muscles are working, and then vice versa. But we don't want that. We want to overload these muscles and push them to a point of failure or fatigue, complete and total muscular failure within a minute to 3 minutes. So the move is basically this. I'm going to stand with my feet about shoulder width apart, and I'm going to step back into a staggered stance. This is called a staggered stance. My weight is about 70% on the front leg, about 30% on the back leg, and I'm going to lower my back leg, my knee, straight to the ground. And then come back up. Now I'm going to switch legs for demonstration purposes. Going into the same move, what I want to do is I want to keep my knee behind my toe. I want to go down as far as I can. I want to try to get this leg, the working leg is the leg that's in front. I want to try to get this leg bone, my femur, the upper bone of my thigh, to be parallel to the floor. At this angle, this lever, which is basically my hip is the fulcrum point, the lever is the entire femur, okay? The resistance is going through my knee. Okay, I'm keeping the weight of my body, which is the resistance. Okay, I'm keeping the weight of my body directly over my hip, or as much over my hip as possible. So I'm keeping my torso lifted, my chest lifted, and my back as straight as I can. I'm going to nice and slow come up about 3/4 of the way, back down, back up. I'm pressing through the heel of my left leg, keeping my foot nice and flat on the ground. I'm standing as if I'm on 2 train tracks. So there's a nice wide stable base for me to work with. Sitting back into my hips. I'm going to switch legs so you can see from this side. But normally I would do this 1 to 3 minutes with the same leg. I'm keeping my knee from going in front of my toe. I'm going down as slow as I can, pausing without allowing my knee to rest, and then coming right back up. Now, for those of you who have a difficult time doing this, we could use an apparatus such as these. This is called a suspension trainer. Basically, suspension trainer are 2 non-elastic cables attached to handles and then attached to a fixed point. So doing the same exercise, I'm going to use the suspension trainer to give me a little bit of an assist getting up. So I'm lowering myself nice and slow, sitting back into my hip. I'm able to do that more with the suspension trainer. And then I'm using my arms as minimally as possible to pull myself up. If you do not have access to a suspension trainer, you can use a pole. Now, I've disinfected the pole prior to the filming of this video. During this COVID-19 pandemic, we want to make sure that we disinfect everything that we can before and after our workouts. But I'm holding this disinfected pole, dropping my leg back, using the pole to add to my stability so that I can pull myself up if needed. And that is the reverse lunge, or also called a single leg squat.